Okay.
United Affirmative Action Development Corporation is assisting truck drivers in discrimination and DOT complaints in the trucking industry. As the CEO of UAAD, we ask you to help these truckers who urgently need your assistance. Our organization began in December 2007 negotiating with Central Refrigerated Service to increase their minority participation, management in particular. In addition to being the CEO and founder of UAAD, a 501c3 nonprofit, I became a driver and later an owner-operator with Central Refrigerated Services. After several meetings with management and their attorney, I later filed a DOT and discrimination complaint. Several weeks after filing these complaints, I was terminated on March 10, 2008. Central Refrigerator Services' numerous violations of DOT regulations are being supported by DOT officials. Federal and state agencies and officials conspire with CRS in ignoring these federal laws and regulations. There are far more injuries and deaths occurring on our nation's highways due to the Federal Motor Safety Carrier Administration's neglect in the trucking industry than the injuries and deaths caused by the Federal Aviation Administration's neglect, which Congress is presently investigating, both regulated under the Department of Transportation. Congress and the DOT are always more concerned about issues that affect Caucasians, as in the air industry. Congress and the DOT are less concerned about the trucking industry, where African Americans and other minorities are affected to a larger degree. UAAD has been instrumental in filing numerous civil rights and human rights complaints with federal and state agencies since the mid-'80s. These complaints are always ignored when African Americans are the victims. It is stated that CRS employs DOT officials who in turn will not allow complaints submitted to the Federal Motor Safety Carriers Administration to be investigated. DOT, at least on one occasion, was stated to conspire with CRS in illegally transporting a hazardous material load on or about July 15, 2007. This load was moved to an undisclosed location with the assistance of DOT. After reporting the incident to Ms. Kim Frankforth at the Utah DOT office in April 2008, she stated her department didn't investigate these matters. UAAD has documented statements to prove the authenticity of this violation. After reporting this and other violations to DOT, we have been asked to report the violations to Mr. David Blower at the Utah office in the form of telephone conversations. Time and efforts have been spent making these complaints, with few or no replies from Mr. Blower or Ms. Frankfurt of the Federal Motor Safety Carrier Administration. On March 28, 2008, we spoke to Kay at the Utah Attorney General's office regarding the duplication and red tape truck drivers had to navigate in order to file discrimination and other complaints in the state of Utah. Kay went on to state that you should go to another company to seek employment if you are not happy with this company. We explained to Kay that we felt her department had an obligation to investigate criminal activity, regardless of race. Again, these complaints are always ignored when African Americans are the victims. UAAD and others have been seeking an investigation and asking for a congressional hearing regarding the trucking industry and DOT violations against African Americans. Congress, the media, nor government agencies are concerned when African Americans are the victims. Central Refrigerator Service need to be investigated before another Republican is elected and upholds the discriminatory practices that are now being upheld by this administration. We are asking for a congressional hearing to address these complaints in the trucking industry. UAAD is asking assistance to put in place a procedure where the hundreds of thousands of truckers can have absentee ballots at truck stops and other locations in order to vote. Possibly after these votes are cast, with minorities participating, this government may become concerned when African Americans are involved. The red tape has to be removed to allow all states to provide these ballots. The power of the vote will increase truckers' political interest and strength. UAAD seek your assistance in protecting the rights of these drivers. UAAD is seeking a congressional hearing to address these issues.
My name is Walter Ellis. I'm the CEO of UAAD, and I approve of this message. Thank you. If you can take a look at some of the websites that we have, truckerscomplaint.com, you will see more information on what we're trying to accomplish. One of the things that we want to express also is that we believe once we can get a voting situation set up to where the truckers can vote at the various truck stops with absentee ballots, it will add considerably to the effort that we're trying to achieve. Thank you.